In case you don't know, I am a pop culture enthusiast. I love watching movies, I love TV shows, and I know comics. And so there are some movies that I rewatch every single year. And one of the movies that I recently rewatched was Superbad, the one with Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen. The basic premise of that movie is that there are these three main protagonists, these three main high schoolers, and they're trying to have a memorable party before bidding farewell to high school and going their separate ways and going to different colleges. And one of the main characters is Fogel, popularly known as McLovin.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And you landed on McLovin.
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad?
And he is shown as a bit of a retard. He has the most fun out of all the protagonists in the movie. And there's this term getting a lot of light these days. It is called retardmaxxing. It is a provocative term for overcoming paralysis by analysis and acting boldly without the fear of judgment or the need for perfection. And that's exactly what McLovin does the best. He says whatever he thinks is funny, and his sense of humor actually lands, which later results him in even getting the girl his eyes were on from the start of the movie. It's his sense of not overcomplicating things which makes him have the most fun in the whole entire movie. And I think we all can learn that from him. I would like to expand on that by talking about my own life experience from 2023. I was at this inter-school competition called the Model United Nations. It is a social event where people deliberate upon different agendas in different committees. And my committee was the DC committee because, come on, I'm a nerd. My committee was the DC committee, it is the fictional crisis committee. And my character portfolio was the Batman. And in 2023, I was a complete and utter absolute loser. Right now, I am absolute bhatia. I am on self improvement. I work out, I meditate, I journal, I socialize with different people. In 2023, I did not know how to socialize, I did not know how to work out, I did not work out, I did not meditate, I did not journal, I did not talk to anybody. I was a very antisocial person. My dressing sense was bad as fuck. So the story is about me, the Batman, and this girl called the Riddler. Let's call her the Riddler because her character portfolio was the Riddler, and this boy called the Joker because his character portfolio was the Joker. So we hit lunchtime and we were in this little break, and so me, the Joker, and the Riddler went to the football field to click some pictures, and I could tell that I was avoiding the Riddler. It was a very weird sort of situation because I was looking at the Joker and I was talking to Joker, and the Riddler was talking to the Joker. But me and the Riddler, we both of us did not speak a single word to each other in this 2 day event. This Joker guy, he was such a charismatic guy. He was taller than me. He had a better dressing sense than me. He knew how to socialize, and he worked out. So in the football field, he started doing some push-ups, and he asked me to join in. And I, me being the little bitch I was, I did not know how to do push-ups, so I just refused the offer, and I did not do push-ups. And he was just flexing in front of the Riddler, and Riddler was, she was impressed by him. If I was funny or if McLovin was in my place, I would have not overthinked when the Joker would have asked me to join him for some push-ups. I would have still tried to do some push-ups, and I would have tried to fuck the ground or be funny in some sort, man. I could have done something. I was not funny. I was just a bitch, man. I was just an overthinker, and I hate myself for that. At that very moment, I just felt very embarrassed, and I don't know, man. I just laughed it off like a little bitch. Now this 2 day event was about to come to an end, and the award ceremony was going on, and I had the perfect opportunity to go up to her and ask for her Instagram. Because it makes perfect sense to ask for somebody's Instagram if you took pictures with them. But I kept overthinking and I did not know how to approach her. I was not McLovin. I was not a retard. I was a retard in a bad way. I was overthinking. That's another kind of retard that is bad. We do not want to be like that. Okay. I was overthinking a lot. Like I was thinking of different scenarios in my head of how I could approach her, of what I could say before I approach her, and that is why I did not say a single word to her. Then I told all of this to my friend, and he was like, "Bro, you gotta approach her. She's so bad. You gotta approach her." All of that, all of that, all of that. And so when the award ceremony ended, She was coming towards me, and my friend pushed me towards her, and he said to the Riddler that I want to say something to her. And she was this close to me, and I just froze. I completely froze. I did not know what to say. And she stood in front of me for 5 seconds. She was expecting me to say something to her, but I did not say a single word. Those 5 seconds when she stood in front of me, they were the longest 5 seconds of my entire life. Like, that moment felt so slow for me, even though it was just 5 seconds. But then she just walked past me, and I did not say a single word to her ever. And we did not see each other again. But me being the creep I was in 2023, I was a loser in 2023, I was a creep. I texted her on WhatsApp, and then I asked for her Instagram. I asked if I could post these pictures with her, and she obviously gave me her Instagram. And then I started texting her on Instagram, and I started texting her, creepy messages like "I like you," "I have a crush on you," this and that. And I sent her weird ass memes like "I'm lacking vitamin U" and shit like that. And now that I look back and I put myself in her shoes, I would have felt so uncomfortable. I just made her feel uncomfortable as fuck. And then her guy friend messaged me, and he was like, "Dude, she's feeling uncomfortable. You gotta stop texting her, and just stop it." That rage baited the fuck out of me, and I just told him to piss off, and I just told him to block me from his account and from the Riddler's account. So she blocked me, and we never spoke. If you put McLovin in my place, so McLovin for sure definitely would have said something that he thought was funny, and he would not have overthinked this kind of a situation. Because if you look back in the movie, there's this scene in the hallway. The girl that McLovin is trying to get, she basically turns around and looks at McLovin, and McLovin does not freeze like I did. McLovin just looks at his watch and tells her what time it is. At least he did not freeze, guys. I froze. That pisses me off, and that is why I want to be more like McLovin, and I want to give this value to you. Because if there's a guy like me who is watching this, I think he would find a lot of value in this. I would like to talk about another instance. This one is from my class. Let's call this guy T, because that's the first initial of his name. This guy, he's so funny. He entertains me. He is like the IRL McLovin. He brings up the most random shit. If the teacher would be teaching, and he would raise his hand, and he would ask the most random shit. Why are we teaching? Why are we studying this topic? What's the point of this? How would this help us? And even though it's pretty annoying, like people would find this annoying, but he does not think twice. He would just ask about the shit he is curious about, and I like that about him. I love that about him. And he sits with me because I'm also trying to retardmaxx, so he thinks I'm like him, and I enjoy his company. People ask me, how am I tolerating this guy? And am I tolerating this guy? I find him funny. And he would start singing in the middle of the class, and people would honestly, some people would find it repelling, some people would find it interesting, but the ones that find it repelling, the ones that say, ignore this guy, he's a weirdo or this and that, they are the most sophisticated motherfuckers. They don't enjoy their lives, they are miserable, and he's the one who's having the most fun. And he's enjoying himself, he's enjoying his company, he's enjoying my company. And whenever he would start singing, girls would join, and they would start singing, I would start singing. It's just fun, man. In the middle of the class, he would start dancing. This guy dances as well, and I really like his dance. His dance is actually pretty good. We just turn our brains off, and we even had a conversation about this, like a pep talk. He said to me, Rashid, these people, they think too much, man. They are over complicating life. It's not that complicated, it's not that deep. Just be yourself, just have fun. The reason he has the most fun and the reason I have the most fun, it's because we don't overthink shit twice, man. That's the whole point of this video. Be like McLovin, be like this guy, be like T. Don't be like the 2023 version of myself. It's as simple as that. And the guys that make fun of him, this is the most interesting part. And the guys that find him the most repelling, the guys that make fun of him, the guys that avoid him, the guys that are the most sophisticated, they are still miserable and they are still sophisticated. While my friend T, my guy T, he has a girlfriend. Some of my friends judge him and they don't like him. They were just asking, they were just shaking their head like this, and they were asking me, what are they doing wrong? And I'm like, have you seen yourselves? You judge yourself too much, you overthink so much, you overcomplicate life. This guy, he's my friend, and he avoids tea because he does not like his character or whatever. I asked him to go to the gym, and he was like, dude, what if there are people that see him working out? I'm like, are you a little bitch, bro? Please just work out. And he was like, what if people there are judgy or whatever? Dude, you are the one who's judging people the most. And it's just people like him that are still single, and they are the ones who overcomplicate life, and they are the ones who overthink. You expect him to be single, and you expect him to be fucking miserable, and you expect him to be a loser, but he's having the most fun. He's enjoying his life more than anybody who is judging him in the class, and he has a girlfriend. That's cherry on top, and that's the reason I sit with T, is because I enjoy his company, and the reason T sits with me is because he enjoys my company, and that's the beauty of it. Why does he enjoy my company? It's because I retard maxed. I I say the shit that I think is funny. I say whatever comes to mind. I don't overcomplicate life, and that's what he likes about me, and that's what a lot of people like about me. And that's the truth, man. I rebuilt myself when no one was watching. I rebuilt myself in a way that is retarded. That is the beauty of it. That is the secret of it all. And that is the message I want to leave you with. Comment down below the name of some characters that are like McLovin, and some characters that we can take value from. And if you want to see my takes on different movies, just follow me on Letterboxd. It's the first link in description. Rebuild yourself when no one's watching. Thank you.